Hello everyone. So today we are going to discuss about data science. So what is a data science and what is a data? And today everyone is talking about that I got a job in the data science and data science is booming. So we will try to figure out what exactly is the data science. So a data. So let's talk about the data. So when we say about data, so what is a data? So data is nothing but if numbers and statistics and some information. So example, you want to buy a pen. So so you need some data to buy a pen or a book. So how long is the pen, how long it will work, so what is the size of the pen and what is the appearance, and finally what is the cost. So do we get this pen at lower cost at other outlets? So these are the kind of this is the kind of data. It's basically a numbers and some information and statistics, and sometimes the data will be the customer satisfaction reviews. It's on the sometimes on the review side. So this is the data. And science. What is the data science? So a data science is a combination of three fields. One is mathematics and statistics and computer engineering. So the combination of these three fields is called data science. So uh, you, so you might have a question. So I don't know about the mathematics very much. So can I make a career in the data science? Absolutely, you can make a career. So I can say that if you have zero knowledge in mathematics, you cannot make career in any of the field. So everything is max, whether it is a civil engineering or a computer coding, everything you need to rely on the mathematics and statistics. So the statistics, when we say about the statistics, so it will derive. So you need to predict something or you need to analyze something. So this is where the statistics will come into play, right? So what is the use of this computer engineering when we have both mathematics and statistics, right? So this computer engineering is where you derive your data, you store your data, right, and you provide insights of your data. So a combination of these three fields will is a data science, and that is what booming right now, and you will make excellent career in the field of data science. Okay, so now talk about the different roles and what are the different life cycle in a data science project. So coming to the life cycle of a data science project, so there are particularly few phases. So the data collection and the data ingestion, the data storage, so the data transformations and the data analysis and the data prediction, the data visualization. So these are the different stages that you will encounter in the life cycle of a data science project. So what is a data collection? So you need when you start a project, so you need to collect the data from different sources. It may be a table, or it may be Excel, it may be a website, maybe a photo, video, whatever it may be. So the data is stored in different formats in different areas at different sources. So you need to gather all the data to get the work done for your analysis. So the first collection is data collection, and you need to ingest that source data into a central repository where you can access all the data, right? So that is where this is process of gathering data from the source to your central repository is called data ingestion. And you are ingesting the data from point A to point B. So this is the process called data ingestion. So what happens when you ingest the data? So you got your data and you need to store this data safe at somewhere, right? So you, let us say you need to store in a file or a folder or in a cloud provider, whatever it may be. So you need to store this data, right? So once you store this data, once you store this data, so then you perform your transformations. What is transformations and why it is required? Hmm? So you are gathering the data from different sources. Like example, a date you are gathering, for example, a file has been downloaded on yesterday's date. Okay, so a source will be having different format and another source will be having different format, but your central repository should contain a proper format, a consistent format, and a valid format. Right, you need to transform your data to merge all the sources into a single central repository, and the data which is being used to analyze or to gain some insights, it should be a valid data. It should not it should contain all the facts, because the data scientists and data analysts and whoever analyzing the data, they will completely rely on this data. Right, so once you did the transformations, then you will proceed for data analysis. You will analyze this data. Once you done your analysis, so you will make the dashboards. So when you say dashboard, what is a dashboard? A dashboard, it's nothing but a map. It's a visual representation of your analysis. Right, so you have analyzed the data. So when you analyze the data, you see some of the trend is going upwards, and sometimes the trend is going up downwards. So you visualize this data in the form of map, and you provide this to your business owners. Let us say for a Reliance shop, so they want to increase, they want to open another outlet. So in order to open the another outlet, they need to get the information. Okay, how my existing outlets are performing in a particular area, what are the last 5 years trends, and how it is going, where should I focus more, on which products do I need to focus. So these kind of insights and these kinds of data you will provide in your map, and you will be submitting to your business owners, and so that they will be taking a decision on it. Hmm? Okay, so when we talk about the different roles which are available in the data science, so there are different roles in the data scientist. So a data engineer and a data analyst, a data scientist. These are the three roles that you are seeing regularly, but there are more than these three roles. One is ML ops engineer, machine learning engineer, right? So and so you have these kind of engineers. So there are different roles, each role specifies a different position. So coming to the data engineering, they will completely focus on the data. Whatever the data that you are gathering, they will finally focus on the data to get the valid and the factual data. So in the so when you got this data, so the data analysts, they will analyze this data. So they will analyze this data and provide insights to the data scientists, right? So this is where a mixture of data scientists and machine learning engineers will come into play. So you gave some analysis, so based on that analysis, they need to provide, or they need to predict, or they need to train some models to get the business problem solved. So so they will build these models like okay, let us say you want to track the price of a stock, so you want to predict these things. So in order to predict these things, so you have two methods. One is you can manually predict using some statistics, that is what data scientists will be doing. And there is another approach, like you can make leverage of AI and some machine learning models. So in order so you need to train them in order to perform this, and in order to predict this automatically, so you need to train them with your sample data. So here again the data engineer will comes into play, which is called ML ops engineer, machine learning and operation engineer. So So he will deploy, so whatever the model that a machine learning engineer has created, he will deploy those model into the architecture or into some cloud, and it where it will train the data. And when you train this data and you will get deployed into the cloud, so and then your business problem will be fed into it. So once your business problem is identified, it will predict based on the training that it has received. So this is where ML ops and ML engineers will come into play, right? So these are the different roles that we got in the data science. So and say, what is the difference between the data engineer, analyst, and a scientist? So is all the work can be done by a single person? The straight answer is no. So each of the role focuses different area of expertise and different fields. So when we come to the data engineering, he mainly focus on getting the data and transforming the data. And when you come to the data analysis, he will analyze the data and how the past trends has been going into this data, and he will suggest what could be done. So when you provide these insights to data scientists, so they will predict, okay, so this will go this got predictive analysis. So this prediction will be taken care by them. So